Hey, wait, and we're live. All right. And I'll set up that live link on YouTube in a minute. So, what's up, everybody? On today's episode of the #Blackout podcast, where we been? All over the place. So, we'll talk about that and more on today's episode because you can't break my soul. You can't break my soul. Yes, indeed. Pew, 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 pew. What's up? What's up? Welcome back. Welcome back. That was the shortest pause ever. To the #Blackout podcast, episode 223. First time in 3 weeks. I'm Jared.
What up, people? I'm Jay.
And we are back at it again. Cousin, how's your past few weeks been, man? Busy, I know.
Busy. I would say it was great, but I would be lying to myself and to everybody else out there. So, where do I start? Let's see. So, of course, I guess the time we missed the Sunday, or it was due to me working. I had a lot of work, whole bunch of work I needed to catch up on, so couldn't really do that. So, yeah, anyway, whatever. So, following week, what did I do? What did we do the following week? Why did I miss the following?
Was that Comic-Con?
Was that Comic-Con?
No,
was this the third week?
Day? Oh no, Father's Day.
That was the same day. Okay, so
I don't remember.
Okay, following week that was Comic-Con. Yeah, following week that was Comic-Con. See, I'm all over the place. I can't think of anything. I started my vacation last Friday. So I've been off for a week so far. So started my vacation that Friday. Had family coming in town, mother-in-law, brother-in-law, his family, 3 kids and his wife. They came to town because we were all going to go to Comic-Con. They hadn't been to the Dallas Fan Days Expo. Of course,
even mother-in-law was going to go?
No. I was about to say that she wasn't going to go because it's like way too much walking. Way too much walking for her. Too many people. Just too much stimulus and stuff. Just too much. So, so they came in on that Saturday. Sunday we went to the Fan Expo, Dallas Fan Expo, and it was great. You know, had a pretty good time. Kids dressed up as like vacation Mandalorian, Boba Fett on vacation, and Mando on vacation. And it was pretty cool. Everybody thought it was pretty funny. Outfits. Yeah, there was another guy who was dressed up as Boba Fett. He was on vacation with Boba. Boba iced tea or Boba coffee, whatever.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah. So he was there. They all took a picture and stuff. So it was a lot of stuff, a lot of people, whole bunch of people, lots of folks. Had a great time that day. That Sunday night, my mother-in-law, she was like, of course she was coughing the whole time when they came there. And she was like, I just had a little something stuck in my throat. At night, my wife was like sitting by her and she was like, you feel kind of hot, Mom. So she took the temperature. It's like 90, 99-ish.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. A little later, still taking the temperature and stuff. She's like, let me give you one of these rapid tests that we got. What do you know? Positive.
Wow.
So she's like, oh, crap. So quarantined her in the back room, set up another appointment just to ensure that,
crazy.
So that was how you doing? Kids in the room. So Monday they went ahead.
Was that just last week? Father's Day?
Yeah. Father's Day. They went ahead and got their stuff.
I didn't see him until just now. Tell him I waved. Hello.
Cousin Jerry, say hello. Closed up. All right. Where was I? So that Monday took her to the, scheduled a quick rapid test at one of the Walgreens or whatever. Waited for a couple hours while she was in quarantine. Boom, positive. Yay. So now she's positive. And everybody else was like, okay, well, we'll just wait a little bit. That Monday night, my niece, 17 years old, we were celebrating her 17th birthday, that day, that particular time frame. Started with a sore throat. She wasn't feeling too good. It was like, oh hell, what's going on now? So we gave her a rapid test that came back negative. Next day, she was still playing a little itchy throat, whatever. They're all out and about doing stuff. I'm like, I don't know about this. My dad radar is just like going off. My spidey senses is like, I don't know about this. I don't like this. So later on that night, I guess she still wasn't feeling that. And then the next day, which was Wednesday, they were like, well, let's just all go get a test at Walgreens just to be sure. It's been like 5-ish days, 4 or 5-ish days since since they came into town on that Saturday, which is kind of sort of when my mother-in-law started showing symptoms with the coughing and stuff. So everybody went to get the rapid test. That was on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday, yeah.
That was Thursday. So we all went to get a rapid test. They, like my in-laws, they got theirs back first. My brother-in-law, positive. Dang. Niece, positive. Nephew, positive. Then my littlest nephew, he's 8, just turned 8. He's negative. And of course, my sister-in-law, she's negative. So 2 of them negative, the rest of the family positive. Yeah. My family, we all came back negative. We got our results. We all came back negative. So we had
then the mother-in-law?
Yeah, she's positive.
She's still positive. So,
yeah, she's gonna be positive for a while. So
I didn't for some reason I thought that she went to get that test again too, but that wouldn't have made sense a couple of days later. So
So 1, 2, 3, a total of 4 people positive in the house. This is my vacation time. Vacation time. It's everybody's vacation time, so to speak. But this is my vacation time. I wanted to relax. Now I'm on alert. And I don't care if the symptoms are mild or whatever. I don't feel like being sick on my vacation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So had them all quarantined off in another room. So now me, my wife, my kids, we're in my room. My sister-in-law and her youngest kid are in the living room, sleeping in the living room. And then we're like, hell, this is just crazy. So they finally decided like Friday that they were just going to pack up and leave, So they did that. We're in the house just spraying everything down.
Oh, man, yeah.
Lysol and everything, like super hot water, double washing everything that they slept with. And then, of course, get the text last night. It was last night or maybe Friday night or Saturday morning sometime. The youngest one comes down with a fever.
Yeah.
And
they're driving back still, huh?
They're already home. They're already home.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, they're already home. But he comes down with the fever. So now we're like, hell, now we gotta wait and see if we're gonna come down with something.
Yeah, you gotta wait a few days, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta wait. We're gonna have to wait a few days to see if we start showing any symptoms. But yeah, all in all, man, my vacation was a bust. I didn't really do much of anything. I only did like the
Comic-Con thing, huh?
The Comic-Con thing, and then I started working on this custom scooter that I showed you pictures of yesterday. So that's like the only 2 somewhat fun things I got to do. Other than that, I'm just like, this is hell. I don't want to do this.
Man, wow.
I need another vacation. Wild, man. So
that's wild.
That's man. My wonderful past 2-3 weeks.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. That's horrible that, it sort of just worked out like that, And the sad part is you never know when that type of stuff's gonna go down, And who knows where mother-in-law could have picked it up,
Oh, we kind of figured out because a lot of older, we love our mother-in-law, bless her, but a lot of older folks they don't be caring, they don't actually be knowing or following and paying attention. They just go figure you got the vaccine and the booster that they could just go willy-nilly without a mask everywhere. So we kind of figure my wife says she either got it from a casino or got it from this other one of her other friends that she said she visited right before, which that particular friend's husband had COVID. And she's like, well, you don't have it anymore, but it's like it lingers around.
Yeah, it sort of stays around. Yeah, because my wife, my mom had it like, I think it was like the end of maybe third week of May, something like that. And then she was fine again. And I think like the first week and a half of May, it came back again, something like that.
Right.
And she seems fine now. But yeah, man, it's something that lingers around. Just like my daughter, tested positive back in middle of January, and then like 3 weeks later, she tested positive again. So yeah, it's wild. So they're gonna deal with that for probably at least a month on and off, unfortunately. But hopefully they can heal up and get better. And yeah, being vaccinated and boosted, it almost, I don't know, it matters, but it almost doesn't matter depending on how your body catches it, depending on what strain you get, and depending on, I'm sure, a lot of different factors that I don't know because I'm not a doctor. But yeah, thankfully y'all were okay, and y'all were able to Lysol everything. I remember when my kids had it, and even my son was sick. He was sick real bad, not too far into the first part of the pandemic. Like it was, I don't know, he probably had a flu or something like that. But man, we had him quarantined like in the whole basement by himself. We were spraying everything down.
I'm sure he loved that.
Anything. Well, yeah, he had video games, and then he go upstairs to his room or whatever. But yeah, it was just like, you remember, do you remember those like grabber thingies where you like press you squeeze the handle and it clips like the little claw down?
Yeah.
Like it felt like that's how we were treating him. Like everything we gave him was like at an arm's length like that,
Oh, bro. I was throwing everything to people.
Here's a Coke.
Yeah, I fixed, we had like some pizza one night, and I went to bring some to my mother-in-law. I had my mask on. I had it on the plate. I was like, here you go. I like tossed it on the bed. I didn't mean to do it. I just tossed the plate with the pizza on the bed. I'm the only person in this household that has not had it yet. Knock on wood.
And you don't want to get it either.
I don't feel like getting it. I don't, like I said, I don't care if it's minor symptoms or what, but I am not trying to be sick, because there's lots of stuff I got to do,
Yeah, exactly. And there's lots of stuff. I'm getting some feedback.
Like audio feedback?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Hey, look. Let's see. Can you hear me? Let's see. Let's try now. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
You hear me? Okay. Maybe I don't know. I had my phone on the cord, so maybe that was it. Well, wow, that's crazy, man. I'm sorry to hear that you had a wild week, or a wild couple weeks of COVID and all kinds of stuff. Wow, our weeks, man. I remember when you sent over that first week that you couldn't, make the recording. I can't remember what we did that weekend, so it must not have been super exciting. But then I know for Father's Day, we went up. We normally every year when my wife's grandparents were alive, we would go in this area they call Up the Canyon, which still doesn't make sense to me, but it's basically this trail that you could drive up that goes between the mountains in the valley, and there's like a little roadside picnic place you can go to, and you can you can set up out there. So we would do that. So this year, since my wife's grandfather passed, what was it, at the end of last year, I believe, they wanted to go up there and spread his ashes in the little creek that comes down, which is the same thing they did with her grandmother, a couple years before that. Yeah, so we went up there and did that, and it was cool. Had a nice time seeing people because, in all honesty, it's the first time we've seen most of them in over a year. So it was nice to see them. And then, what is it? This week, right after that, this Wednesday, I had a cooking class down in southern Utah at one of the stores that I sell the hooks, rubs, and spices at. By the way, go to www.hooksrub.com to get your award-winning flavor. Stuff good for everything. You put Hooks Rub on your life, it'll make it better. Trust me. It might have been able to knock out some of that cold and sickness. I don't know. I'm just playing. That is not a true fact.
Never know.
Actually, the chili peppers in a couple of the flavors actually, I guess, have been known to help, whenever you're feeling sick. So I don't know how.
Sprinkle it in a hottie toddy.
I'm not a doctor. Yeah, but make it, and it'll make you feel better. At least it'll make your belly feel better. Anyway, so did a class down in St. George and have 4 new recipes on www.hooksrub.com. Just scroll down by halfway down the page and you'll see it. And so the class went well. It was sold out. And then my wife's, one of my wife's aunts and uncles who we saw at the Father's Day thing were telling me that they were going to be down in St. George for the week. So they wanted to come down and go to my class too. So they signed up for it. It was booked before they even signed up for it, and they let them in because they were family members or whatever. So yeah, man, it was wild. I made about 80 hamburgers.
Wow.
I made about 100 portions of this side dish that I came up with, and then also we had a dessert, which we prepped enough for about 40 people, 50 people, whatever. But basically, yeah, man, I had 2 different burgers. I had this Asian sticky wing burger that I came up with. It's a chicken burger, and it's absolutely delicious. And then the reason I know it's delicious because my daughter, who is extremely picky, even though she's been opening up her food horizons here over the past year or so,
that's great.
I didn't even tell her what it was. She ate the whole thing. Like, she ate the bun, the burger, the leaf, the salad on top. She ate the coleslaw. I was like, normally you wouldn't touch this. So that's how I knew it was good.
Whatever secret she has to give to her cousin, please let her share the knowledge.
Yes. I'll probably just do that. And then so I made that. I made the Texas Smash Burger, which I posted on the Hooks Rub Instagram.
Yeah, that looked pretty good.
Me trying to take a bite of it, and let me just tell you, that was all of 7 to 8 inches thick. It was. My mouth wasn't big enough.
You hear that, ladies?
Yes, there was a lot of girth in that sandwich. 7 to 8 inches thick. It was about 6 inches wide, and it was really long and really hard to put into my mouth.
Wow. That's
oh man.
Anything is pause worthy. That would be it. But it's Pride Month, so
yes it is. And so yeah, man. It was a freaking amazing sandwich. Ended up splitting it with a couple of the other guys that were at the, a couple of the guys who work at the store, and they ate a quarter of the sandwich, and that was like the same size of a regular hamburger you find at a restaurant. So it was a good time. Then I made this Tex-Mex pasta salad using the Tacos Everyday seasoning. It's super easy. A pretty healthy option. And then there's no meat in it, but you could add chicken or some beef or bacon or pulled pork. Like, there's always a good thing, way that you could add meat to it. And then there's a s'mores dip. That's a good dessert, easy dessert. So yeah, man, it was a good time. Everybody enjoyed it. Got a lot of good feedback, and apparently they were just like, man, we have never sold this much rub at any one. First of all, they were impressed that it sold out. you know, because they hadn't had any sellouts, and then I guess is the most seasoning that they've ever sold at once. So I was like, hey man, that's cool. I'm happy. Cool. That just means y'all gonna order more from me soon. You know? Yeah. So
that's dope.
Yeah. So it's a good time. Oh yeah, and so the same day. Okay, so going back just before that, Father's Day was also Juneteenth, right? Juneteenth.
Correct.
And so it was I don't know, man, it was weird because it's hard for that day to fall at the same time as Father's Day, and not have like predominantly Black family around you. You know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. So you know, you could celebrate it to a point, but you know, they were all celebrating Father's Day, you know, in their minds, you know. So it is what it is, but it was fine. I had a little strawberry cocktail to you know, to commemorate Juneteenth. On this side, I cooked a little bit, but like last year I cooked like a Juneteenth, like more of like a traditional, like what the slaves would have eaten for Juneteenth. And this year I just didn't have enough energy because it was Father's Day and I wanted to chill anyway.
Yeah. Trust me, it's sad, right? When you gotta mm-hmm. cook on, even though you love it, even though you like to cook, you gotta cook on Father's Day. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's funny. I remember this lady in the store, in one of the stores that I sell in. I walked in there and talked to them a couple of days prior to Father's Day, and she's one of the employees there. And I was just chatting with her or whatever, and I was like, "What are you cooking this? You know, what are you guys doing for Father's Day?" She's like, "Well, I'm cooking some ribs or something like that for my husband." And I was like, "Just let him cook." She's like, "It's Father's Day." I was like, "It's okay. Just let him cook. You can chill." You know, she's like, "Nah, I'm gonna cook for him." I was like, "Oh, that's nice." Because my wife ain't cooking no ribs for me. I know that 100%. Yeah. But it's all right. I love it. And I really enjoy it. And, you know, that day I don't know. I found something that was quick and easy to make, and I made it, and everybody enjoyed it. And that was that. You know, when it was just like an easy, lazy dinner. But yeah, man, other than that, you know, I just got back a couple days ago from that class down south. And then, you know, now I'm back in the game and actually preparing for July 4th, which I have a pop-up at a July 4th festival. So I got to figure out what I want to cook. It's so funny because, or I don't know what you want to call it, but the little city that invited me to come to do that thing, they're like, yeah, you're going to be the barbecue one. And then there's going to be two others that are different. And so I looked them up. I asked them who they were so I could look up, because I wanted to reach out to see how much I needed to prepare for. Mm-hmm. And so I saw one of them did like empanadas. Cool. And then the other one was like, I can't remember, it was like some big food trailer, and it does traditional Southern food, which I've looked at all I looked at all of their menus for the past, you know, couple months, and it's all been barbecue. And I'm like, so you got another barbecue there. All right. I don't have a food truck. I don't have a food trailer. So this is going to be interesting, you know, because I have this other thing that I've been building to go and do a pop-up and then go to any other event like that. So it's going to be interesting showing up to that and having a couple of barbecue options, and them having this humongous, beautiful food trailer, and me having this pop-up stand that I made. So I don't know. It's another black person's Black-owned business up there. I never met them. I never seen them. I never heard of them, frankly, before this. So it'll be interesting. It'll be different. But I looked at their menu, and they have like brisket and sausage and ribs and chicken and pulled pork and all this stuff. And I'm like, dang, my menu's not gonna be that big. And they have like a plate that comes with two sides, and it comes with like, you know, I'm like, bruh, y'all. I don't know. I don't like to do comparisons. You know what I'm trying to say? Right. But in a situation like this, where you have somebody else selling the same type of stuff that you're selling, it's like, you know, do you just show up with whatever your original game plan is, or do you try to be extra? The problem is I don't have the storage space and the warming drawers like they have to be extra, to be too extra, I guess. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. We'll just say it like that.
Gonna be interesting.
Yeah. So,
best of luck. Hope you figure it out.
Yes, indeed. I will. Yeah. And you're frozen, bro. I'm looking at you. You frozen? Am I frozen?
Nope.
No. Okay.
No.
Well, that's cool.
I don't know.
Hopefully the people get the unfrozen part of both of us, just in case. So
the thawed out portion.
Yes, the thawed portion. Anyway, now you're moving again. All good. Okay, it's probably my computer because I got a bunch of crap up on the screen, so it's all good. Anyway, man, that's been our past couple weeks. It has been wild and busy and good and terrible and amazing and everything in between.
Yes, indeed. It's one of those things, man. I just shake my head at it. Then they, of course, on top of that, I ain't gonna say it's a bad thing, but my job sent me an iPhone for work. So now I did not want it.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've been off for like a little over a week so far. I log into work because I'm trying to set this phone up. And I just something told me not to look in my email. But I took a glance and I just see my email is like flooded. And I'm like, I don't feel like reading this crap when I get back. Log in.
Yeah, it's just with all this backlog of emails. Man, that's the thing, man. That's the thing that's so hard when you look at, when you're off for whatever reason, and then you just like happen to glance at your work email. So is your work email set up on that phone as well?
I didn't set it up yet. I did not set it up yet, but eventually it will be because I don't like people calling my regular phone. I don't answer it. Somebody tried calling me a few weeks ago, about some work at work. And they're like, well, then they contact my supervisor like, well, Jay didn't answer his phone. So,
Oh, of course. When they pull that, that's the worst thing when they pull that off, man. I'd be like, bro, you did not have to.
Didn't have to.
You did not. I'm on vacation, bro. That's why I ain't answer my phone. I ain't trying to talk to none of y'all fools.
Yeah. No. I wasn't trying to do it. But of course, I'm going to have to give them the long spiel about my vacation when I get back.
Yeah.
Boy. All right. Well, it is what it is. It didn't happen. And
it is what it is. It is what it is. Well, hey, man, it, like you said, it is what it is. We've had several voicemails show up in our inbox during the time we've been out. So
nice.
Let's go ahead and play them. And Jay, if you remember the spiel, tell the people how they can leave us a voicemail, and I'll get it.
All right, people. The spiel where you can leave us a voicemail 3853 BLAKPC or 385-325-2572. That's where you can give us a little call. Let us know what's going on in your life, how your summer going. How's your vacations if you're taking one?
Yep.
All that jazz.
Let us know if you boil your ribs, because I listened to a podcast on the way back, on my drive back, from St. George, and these brothers were like, oh, yeah, man, my dad passed down to me, they're talking about like Father's Day or something like that. So like, my dad passed down to me, the ability to grill, blah, blah, blah. So they're talking about that, and they're like, what do you like to grill? He's like, yeah, man, I love to do some ribs. First you like boil them for a little bit, get them nice and tender, and then you put them on the grill and season them, and they fall off the bone. And I was like, you lost me at boil my ribs. You lost me.
I've had those before. I have a family member who did that. I mean, beef ribs. I can't say nothing about the pork ribs. I've never heard about boiling pork ribs, but beef ribs, I've seen it boiled first to get them tender, then tossed on the grill. And they tasted fine to me. They tasted good, but it's whatever.
I don't know. I have certain feelings about that. Not like I haven't had them before though, and I know that there's different styles of cooking in this world. In Asian culture, I know they actually do, simmer their ribs or boil them or cook them with a lot of different, juices and stuff like that. So I'm not shading that. But when it comes to like open fire cooking, or whatever kind of cooking on the grill, boil them is not it. And I mean, I don't know. I think I didn't know that years ago, and I sort of learned it, and now I just have like a certain feeling toward it. So when I heard that, I was like, my brother. But then again, I think that's a lot of way the way a lot of people in the Black community do it still, because that's just the way that they learn. So
yeah, I mean, it cuts down on time sometimes.
It does, but
especially beef, because we are. I mean, it depends. I guess it all depends on who you are. If you have a taste buds that can separate different seasonings, and if you have a crazy palate, if you have a crazy palate for food, then then you'll be able to tell. But I say if you season your stuff right and you cook them right, you good with me. As long as I got food in my belly, I'm good.
Yeah. I can get behind that. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Here we go. All right, first up, and last time we recorded was 21 days ago, the 5th. So this is from starting on the 7th. 3, 2, 1.
It's me, y'all. Kayla, what's going on? Memphis Diva 99. Y'all, I think I'm going to let Uber and Lyft go. We're there's too much going on. They killed the Lyft driver last week.
Oh, damn.
Passenger got in. Passenger had some beef with some folks. They saw him. Wait till he got to the light. Went to the Lyft driver, sat at the light, and they shot up her car. The guys lived, but she's deceased, had about 5 kids. It's getting a little dangerous, but I have a bed, I have a box cutter, I have a police baton, but I'm getting a little tired because there are certain areas in Memphis I will not go. Not to say Memphis is all bad, but it's just certain areas that I'm not going to pick it up. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking about quitting and focusing more on promoting my t-shirt line, Ride and Proud. Yes. Mm-hmm. I even have a commercial on YouTube with this podcast show, with this motorcycle entertainment station. And I saw the ad, and I was just so happy. All right. I guess I will talk to you guys later. Jurassic Park 97 coming out. I'm excited to see it. Nice, and I shall talk to you all later.
That's cool. Well, yeah, that's wild, Kayla. Well, thank you for the voicemail. I know we got a couple more coming through, but yeah, thank you. Be safe out there in those Lyft streets. That's wild, man.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
And then, share with us your commercial. We would love to. We'd love to play that on our show to support Rider Apparel in any way that we can. That would be dope. So yeah, let us please send that to us. We'll send a message to Kayla to see if we can get that on. She said the Jurassic Park 97 was coming out. Did y'all go to the movies or watch any movies during your past few weeks or during your vacation? Well, I guess probably not vacation.
Just rewatched Doctor Strange since it came on Disney Plus.
Oh, that's true.
That's pretty it. And we finished the Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Yeah.
On Disney. That's about
Which
it.
Was good, I heard.
Yeah. It was mixed. It had mixed reviews.
Okay.
I won't be too judgmental or critical about it. There's just some things in there that I would like to see done differently, but I'm not the director, so nobody's paying. Disney's not paying me. Yeah. So it's whatever. But I mean, for the most part, it was cool. Yeah, it was cool. Started watching Miss Marvel. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say real quick. I hadn't seen it, but I heard that there was parts of the Obi-Wan thing that, I mean, obviously it was good overall, but I've heard that there were parts of it that poked holes in the original stories, in the original storyline that we saw, I guess, back when we were little kids in the early 80s or whatever. So yeah. Well, it is what it is, man. It's been a long time, and I think they have enough leash to make some adjustments that seem to go along with the storyline, but they may, they may be a little off. So that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's done for the most part. I think for me, they probably, I don't know if if there is a part 2, if there isn't a part 2 or a second season, I think they could have just kept this one. They could have just kept this series because it really didn't like expand on anything. It just kind of said, oh, Obi-Wan was doing this for a little bit. After between episode 3 and A New Hope. So yeah, they probably could have kept it if it's just this season or just this one season. If they come out with like maybe another season that's gonna kind of expand on things, then yeah, maybe I'm open to it. But it was just okay season for me.
Yeah.
Even my kids who love Star Wars, they were just like, yeah, it was all right.
They were just
I never hear them say that. Yeah, they were just like, yeah,
okay,
yeah. But
that's cool.
Started watching Miss Marvel. I think it's a cool series. I think it's a pretty good series, and I'm glad they like expanded. They're just showing like more Pakistani culture because the young girl Kamala Khan, she's Pakistani, and they do a lot of cultural things in there, and I think it's a pretty good show as far as like, I think it's more along the line teenage type vibes to it. Okay. So nothing for like us adults who want like nonstop end game Infinity War action, but it is what it is. It's enjoyable. I'd say the least. So.
That's cool, man. You know what? There's something else that I did, and I do not know why I forgot it. There's something else that I did during our during the last few weeks. Which, man, I'm gonna just mention it right now because I just thought about that, and I do. From what you just said, I do want to see Miss Marvel. Like I read the comic series with Kamala in it, and I thought it was dope. So I was so happy that it came out. So I have to catch up on that. But I would be extremely remiss to forget, and not mention that I did a live Instagram cooking class with Sir Jon Lee.
Yeah, I watched part of it. Yeah,
man. Oh man, it was so fun. He reached out to me back, I think after our last episode, and he shot me a message like, "Hey man, I want to see if we can, do like a cooking thing or something like that, a live class." And so we went back and forth trying to get the date right. Like, we both were busy, so there was stuff that happened, but finally we were able to bring it together. And that recipe is live on hooksrub.com too, and it is a Louisiana hot chicken sandwich. So just like the Nashville hot chicken sandwich, but it's a Louisiana version of it. And this one we actually didn't fry it. We actually skillet, like pan fried chicken. It's not breaded, so it's basically like grilled chicken. And yeah, we made a sauce. We made a topping to go with it. We made a sauce to dunk it in. And we use the Cajun seasoning that we make, the Cajun red. And I'm gonna tell you what, man, that sandwich was insane. But even better, Sir Jon Lee was really great on there, and being on live and then having people come in from the barbecue community who didn't know him as much, and some people from the music and artist community that probably didn't know me as much that tuned in to watch.
The crossover effect.
Yeah. It was really dope. The food came out great, and he said he liked to cook, but he didn't like it. There's not a lot of technique that he knew, so he was like, "You know what? You just taught me a few things." So it's funny because we made it live right there on the on live, and turned out great. Then after we ended that, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make this right now for my friends who've been hanging out here, like watching me do this." So I think he made like 6 more, like right then after we finished. And he was like, "Man, everybody wants the recipe. They want to buy the stuff." So I guess he got them all the information on there. And then I was like 2 days later, he's like, or next day maybe, he was like, "I'm going over to my mom's house. I'm gonna make it for my mom."
Oh, nice.
And he made it for mom and some of his family, and they all loved it. And I got to give him credit, man, because
that's good.
he learned that like over the course of an hour, over the course of over some spotty internet service on and off. You know what I'm trying to say? So I was proud that he learned it, and he was able to replicate it a few times, and he was like, yeah, now this is in my my menu, or in my rotation of food. So that was cool. It wasn't that difficult of a recipe, so that's why I'm glad that he enjoyed it. But I made this sauce. Boy, I came up with the sauce. It's the Cajun Trinity sauce. Boy, I tell you what, Jay, you can put that sauce on everything. You just wake up in the morning, instead of having a cup of coffee, just have like a few tablespoons of that sauce and get your day going, and you'll be all right, man. It'll get you right.
Nice. Maybe put it in the coffee.
Oh yeah, it is creamy. So squirt that right in coffee.
You better write it down so you can bottle it up and sell it.
Yeah. It's on the website, man. You could look at it and see. Since you're from Louisiana, you could look at it, poke holes in it, try it out, see if it's good, see if it's worthwhile. Because I thought it was dope. I made a few sauces now that turned out, I think, much better than I originally had planned it, and I think that was one of them. So so you can test it out. It's on there. I'll send you the link.
Okay.
Anyhow,
cool.
Here we go. Here's the next voicemail. Oh man, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, y'all? I ain't leaving my Twitter name, and I ain't leaving none of that. You know who this is. This means Nelson Stevens, aka Cables. Y'all, have y'all seen Jurassic Park 22? It was long, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good, and you know what? Social media is going to be the death probably of this new generation, because now, man, the little thug kids are videoing robberies and stuff, and it's just interesting. It used to be a time you see somebody getting robbed, you running. Now they just stand there and they just get their phones and they video it. It's quite interesting to me.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. It's me being serious again, but just been kind of looking around, and I was wondering, we take care of our parents and stuff. So who's gonna take care of us? Like if we get sick and have to go to the hospital, and this new generation of folks, it's kind of I don't know.
They're gonna take a video of us.
I was thinking about that at work. I was like, wow, that's interesting. But anyways, tonight is one of my think moments. What else I got to say? Oh, that's about it. I guess I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Man, all right. Well, here, I'm going to play this other one because she followed it up a little bit later with this voicemail. So on the same day. So here we go.
Y'all, this Memphis Diva 99. Have you ever heard of songs that just made you just act crazy and just wild, and you just have to sing it or dance it or stop what you're doing if you're driving, Well, Memphis, has some rappers, and they got this rapper called Glorilla, okay? Glorilla, as in Glorilla.
Wow.
Glorilla. She has a song called F-U-C-K Nigga Free. And it's F-R-E-E block this free. I don't care about no blah, 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 blah. And it is taking the city by the ratchet girls by storm. I mean, they twerking all on the police cars. They on Bill Street twerking on the police cars. The police arresting folks. I mean, it's fascinating how a song will make you act that way. So are there any songs that make y'all just, wild out?
Yes.
One of my favorites is by Billy Idol, Rebel Yell. I don't know why I hear that song, and I just be singing. It's a 80s thing, And PYT by Michael Jackson. Oh my God, I think he was singing about me. But anyways, it's just fascinating how this youth, how the songs just make the girls twerk. I was at the gas station late tonight, and my favorite gas station is always lit up or whatever. And the young ladies were jumping in and out of windows. It was cars lined up, and I guess I don't know. She was twerking on F nigga freak. Okay, that's just my explanation. Peace out.
Right. Okay, so I tried looking it up. So her name is Glorilla.
Glorilla. That's what she was trying to say.
Okay.
No. I thought she said
Florilla. Yeah, she said Florilla, but I tried looking it up, but it's actually Glorilla.
Glorilla.
And she's from Tennessee. So Glorilla. I don't know what's up with these young ladies these days. But is there a song that makes me want to go crazy and wild out?
I mean, I know the song. I know the song that every time it comes on, I don't know why, I start singing it super hard. Like I'm like ready to hop out of my chair and start dancing. I don't know why. And this goes back to Need for Speed Underground, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. Windows to the wall. Every time I hear that song, I don't think that song will ever get old for me. Every time I hear it, I'm just like, skeet. Like turn up the volume in my car. I just do. I don't know what it is, but when I hear it, it's on. So I know that's one of them songs.
Off top, man, that's tough. I hadn't really thought about it. I would. It's funny. I could only think back to like freshman years in college.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Juveniles back that ass up. I mean, of course, you sing it, but I ain't backing my ass up.
Yeah.
But man, it was just a lot of No Limit and Cash Money back in the day.
Yeah, that's true.
I could also say 3-6 Mafia tear the club up way back in the day too.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people got killed and shot and beat up over that song. I'm sure Memphis Diva could talk about that song, what that did in the Memphis area. Dang. So I'm sure she could talk about that song. That's all I could think. I mean, nowadays, man, I barely even get to listen to music the way I used to back. Now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Wow. Let me think. After you said that, the people from New Orleans or whatever, that made me think about a couple from back home. And one definitely always Tops Dropped and 25 Lighters. That every time I go to Houston, those are like two of the first songs that I listen to every single time. And when I used to drive home, and I think I've told you this before, as soon as I see the skyline of the city, Top Drop come on in my car.
Top Drop come on. Yeah. And I could also say anything UGK related.
UGK, yes.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of songs like that, but there's a handful that, just makes you go wild. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be going and twerking on a police car when I hear those songs come on. But I will get hype. So that's good. Good questions. Oh, and so she said she saw Jurassic Park number 22. Did you see it yet? No?
Not yet. I'll wait a little bit to take my kids to see it. I know they want it. Well, I know my oldest son wants to see it. My youngest, he hates the theater. So
okay. I didn't see that, even though I do want to see it. My wife took me on a Father's Day date, I guess, the day before Father's Day, and we saw the new Top Gun.
Oh yeah, I heard that was good.
Man, it was impressive, man. It's been a long time. I mean, probably a couple of those Avengers movies, the last couple ones when they had the big fights, but it's been a long time since I was literally on the edge of my seat, nervous and excited while something was happening in a movie. And I think they built that movie up so much. I mean, I think they built up the stakes of that movie so much during the course of the movie that when they got to, sort of like, I guess, sort of like, one of the scenes where they had to do some flying and like they had to do some attacking or whatever. I literally scooted up on the edge of my chair and I was like this, like, like what's about to happen, and I was nervous, man. It was wild, and there was people up in there crying, like it was crazy. But I'm gonna tell you what, one of the most impressive things about that movie, and I don't particularly care for Tom Cruise the person, but him as an actor, him as a method actor, him as somebody who really immerses himself into a character.
Yeah,
I think it's amazing because he actually learned how to fly all of these planes. And not only did he learn how to fly them, he learned how to push them to the edge in so much that, the way he flew these planes, he could have died in shooting it, or he could have died in in the training and rehearsals up to it. Like he did some crazy stuff. And I don't know about the other actors, but I know all of his stunts, were him. Like all of his flying was all him.
I read that he got flying lessons for all of the, the cast that were doing stuff. Now, like you say, you don't know whether or not they did their own stunts or not, but for them to go up in there and just experience everything that he did. Or that was going on.
Crazy.
Flight, everything the pilots go through. That was wild.
It's absolutely wild. And the craziest thing is that the at the beginning of it, there's a specific scene right at the beginning where we first see him again, and he's flying this plane, and he goes like, at like some insane Mach something. I can't remember what he got up to, but I was like, I don't know if that part was real, the fact that he got that to that high of a Mach or whatever, but like, I don't know. It was just insane. And you could see he was solo inside this jet. And I was like, this is one of the most amazing actors in the history of the profession. Because you don't see, the only other people you really hear of like doing all their own stunts and like wanting to do that is like Jackie Chan, right? Nobody else wants to touch that. They're just like bringing the double, So I think it's dope, man. But it was a good movie. If you get a chance to check it out, it's worth it. Definitely worth it. All right. Okay. That was a rant. I hadn't seen Jurassic World yet either, but I definitely want to try to check it out. So here we go. Next up. 3, 2, 1. Not yet. 3, 2, 1.
I don't want to leave my name. I don't want to leave my Twitter.
She always does this.
Instagram handle. Y'all know who this is. I don't want to go by the room. Look. Gas is $5.
Gas.
$5. It cost me $71 to fill my tank, and I drive a Hyundai Sonata.
Dang.
Lord, I'm looking for this guy that was on the news who some kind of way broke into a gas station thing, and instead of the gas being $5, he was charging 68 cents for the gas. But they got him. But I'm looking for him. Okay? I'm looking for him, okay? I just want to ask him a few questions. That's all. I just want to ask him a few questions. I ain't doing nothing to leave. I just want to ask him a few questions. Okay? Because this is ridiculous.
It is.
Food had too. Man. It got to the point I go into the restaurant, y'all. You know how you pay for your food? You got there's a security guy at the front that wants to see your receipt. Because, I'm over it. Have a good day, y'all. I'm over it. Everybody's stealing. I'm over it. I'm not going to steal anything. I just want to talk to the guy about the game. Oh, all right. I'm going to be really super fine and lose a lot of weight because I'm going to stop eating out a It's 2:10 p.m. in Memphis. Figure it out. I'll see you later.
There you go. Wow. Yeah, gas prices, man, they're crazy.
It's crazy.
I know they're over $6 in Cali.
In California. Yeah.
Here, this week it's been average around $5.19 for regular unleaded.
That's for regular? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm at $4.65. We go to Sam's.
I wish. I'm gonna tell you what. Oh yeah, Sam's. See, that's the thing. Sam's and Costco, they're much better because Costco here was like $4.85. But I tell you what though, man, this app, and I don't know, we should get a sponsorship by these fools. This app called Gas Buddy. I downloaded Gas Buddy.
Yeah.
I used it in the past, and I can't remember why I used it before. I used it back when we were in Texas. I remember that because I think it was another one of them times where gas started to like go a little crazy. So, and it got to like $3.50. Oh my gosh. So I started using this Gas Buddy app. It's a free app download, and it'll tell you where the cheapest gas is, within within a certain mile radius of you. And so I've been able to find inexpensive gas. The thing is, I'm not driving back 3-4 miles to get gas if I'm not going back that direction, but I will look at what's going to be ahead of me or what's on the way or near my house if I'm going back toward my house. So yeah, man, I was able to find one for $4.85 at Costco a couple of times because that's where I was going. And then when I was down out of town doing that class, I found one for like I found a Shell for like $5.09, and everything was up, much higher than that. So I was like, I don't know how I found this, but it was just, it was like a quarter of a mile away from where I was when I looked it up, and I was like, man, it was right on time. Wow. I was running low. So yeah, man, that Gas Buddy app, look it up. You could turn it on, whenever you're about to go try to get some gas, or when you're stopped at a stoplight to try to find the cheapest gas. I remember my dad would drive like, 10 miles to get some gas that was like, $1 cheaper than anybody else. And I didn't have a problem with it then, but as I got older, I was like, why did we do that? Because we just wasted part of the gas.
I was just about to say that. Would it even be beneficial for a Gas Buddy, to be like, oh, this is like $1 cheaper, like 30 minutes from here.
Overall it is, right? In the grand scheme of things, I guess you're paying less in the moment, but in the long run, you're going to have to pay for that gas that you just wasted driving to get it and then driving back home. So, yeah.
Glad I work from home. People going to be riding horses soon. I wouldn't mind getting a horse.
Yeah. You're going to be like Lil Nas X, you know what I'm trying to say? Take your horse down to the Old Town Road.
Yeah. We could do that. Give me a horse. Give me a little buggy to haul my kids around in. Just park it in the parking lot.
Horse
be like, I'm sure the Amish are like these fools here.
Yeah. Wasn't there an old a rap song called Horse and Carriage?
Yeah, by was it Mace or no, not Mace. Cameron. I think.
Cameron. There you go. Horse and Carriage. There you go. That'll be you and the horse and carriage with the family. Yeah. So you have to ford the river, just like Oregon Trail, You have to caulk up the boat and ford the river.
Has anybody beat that game yet? Is the question. Because everybody dies on the Oregon Trail.
I think just the creators, but everybody else gets like typhoid or whatever the heck it was. Yeah. Here we go. Next up, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, #Blackout. How much is your gas?
Wait, what?
$2.94.
Oh,
how much is our gas?
Oh, I thought you said something about a dog ass.
I think she cutting up. Let's see. Wait.
So I just left the gas station and it cost $71 to fill my tank up. And that's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Never in my wildest life. Now I got to take my lunch and breakfast. Then I'm just disgusted right now. $71.17. Okay then. Y'all have a good day. I think I'm just gonna move out the country. As soon as I get my $71.17 of gas back. Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, we just detailed how much our gas was, and that's crazy. I could tell the frustration. And it's interesting, she said she's gonna move out of the country, obviously, right after you said that you're gonna move to just driving a horse. But who was it? I think it was Taraji P. Henson. Was it her who said that she wants to move out of America because she's tired of fighting. She's tired of. I mean, this would sound out of context a little bit, but it's almost like she's tired of being black in America. That's basically what she was trying to say, because she's tired of fighting for, for all the things, for like, being a black woman and having to go through stuff in America, being a black person in general, having to march, having to chant, having to try to organize, like all those things. I think she just got tired, man. That's what it sounded like. And
I don't blame her, man.
Move. Yeah.
I don't blame her. It's pretty, the way things have been going these past couple weeks, man. And past, I don't know how long.
Several years now.
Yeah. But everybody having this mass exodus out of California. We should probably have a mass exodus out of the U.S.
Yeah, it was silly, man. There was what was it called? I watched. I don't know. I hopped on TikTok last night, and just before I went to bed, and there was this guy doing a TikTok live. And he was talking about that he is from the Lafta, what's it called? The Lafta province or something in Africa. And he was like, I welcome all American women to the Lafta province because I know that you have been oppressed, because of these abortion rights that they just changed, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I'm welcoming all American women because I know that you need a government that will take care of you, and you can come to the Lafta province because, we will take care of you. I asked my wife, and she said or I asked my queen or whatever, and, it was, or something like that, and she said, yes, welcome them all, blah, blah, blah. And it's an African dude who is playing a comedy, but, comedic thing, but yeah, man, he was just like trying to recruit American women to show up there to wherever the heck he lived. But it was wild, man. I saw that, after hearing that Taraji P. Henson thing, I was like, dang. And she was like, I just love to be called Bella. I want to go outside and be called Bella every day instead of having to sit here and fight. And I think that would lead her to be in like Italy, I believe. So I don't know, man. And she said she doesn't have a plan like immediately to move. But she's almost like, I just want to go. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
But I can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Last one. 3, 2, 1.
Woo-hoo! Happy Juneteenth, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
What? Today? Y'all. So, the little cat offspring, one of them attacked my ankle the other day. Yes, I was getting out the car.
Spawn of
and
voodoo.
the little sucker was under my car, got under my car, and when I put my foot out, it scratched me. Yeah. Yes. So I was screaming and hollering because I thought it was like the Chucky doll under my car. But anyway, I'm okay. I'm all right. How y'all been? So today's Juneteenth, and if you had a chance to make a holiday, what would you make your day as? I'm still trying to figure it out on my end what I will make a holiday for. I'm not sure. I probably would make I don't know yet. I'm still disgusted with everything. And, oh, child, the crime is up, gas is up, food is up. So what's the highest price of food that you've seen? I saw some chicken wings for $29, a family pack, $29. So what's the highest item of food that you've seen so far? And I love chicken wings. So yeah, that's about it. I'm just living right now, and yep, that's about it. I was told carton of eggs like $4. So I think I'm going to start me a farm. I'm going to buy me a pig, some chickens, plant me some cabbage, some greens, some tomatoes, some squash, some lettuce, and find me a peach tree. So I can make some homemade peach pies like my grandmother used to do. All right, man. I'm backing out. Bye.
All right. Wow.
Nice.
So we had two questions in there. One question was, what would you make for a holiday? And then also one question was, what's the highest food item that you've seen as of late? I know the food one may be the easiest one to start on. I know this. I know that since we live in Utah, I know there's certain things that cost more here than they would have cost back in Texas or anywhere in the South, because there's more farmland, there's more cows and, pigs and stuff like that. So here, the cost of beef is, higher. The cost of, pork and chicken is a little percentage higher compared to back home, just because most of that stuff they have to ship here, from out of the state. There's no cattle farms in Utah, where there's like a handful, but they're not supplying like the whole state, like the state of Texas would have done, or anywhere else in the South, in the Midwest, whatever. And then, so I know the cost of brisket is gone up. And beef in general. Eggs have always seemed to be $3 plus per carton, somewhere between $3 and $6, depending on if you're getting organic or if you're just getting regular, So what about you, man? What you think?
Yeah, I probably have to agree with you and tack on to that whole beef price. I went to this barbecue place, and I paid like $70 some for just this little family meal. It wasn't even a lot, man.
Yeah,
and it was ridiculous. I mean, I ain't even gonna say it was ridiculous with the price. I mean, I guess it is. It is and it isn't.
It is ridiculous.
It's just a lot.
The price is ridiculous right now.
The price is ridiculous for the amount of food I got. And I know it's been like that, like in a lot of different places. Price of pizza has gone up. You go order from Pizza Hut or Domino's or something like that, you're paying a good $50, $60 just for maybe 2-3 pizzas.
Some bread.
Yeah, just for some bread. I could do that at home.
Yeah.
So food all around us has just been going up, but nothing's really hit me like in the grocery store that I was like, damn, that's too much. It just is what it is. I get my stuff and I just dump it in a basket. Most of the time I don't even look at the price. Sadly, I should be, but I'm just like, okay.
Sometimes it's hard to look at that price.
Yeah, it's like we need this, and I'm not the type of person that's gonna shop around. Like I'm not gonna be like, I don't know about that. Let me go check at Tom Thumb or something. So I'm not trying to drive multiple places to buy something that we need. It has to really be, really be ridiculously priced for me to do that. But
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's with me doing food, like, what am I trying to say? With me doing like catering or competition, which I haven't done this year yet, or what do you call it? The the classes and stuff like that. I am forced to go to certain places that you could buy in bulk for less. So it is what it is, man. I sometimes I have to do that when I'm going to the regular grocery store. I mean, there's a couple places within a couple of miles of my house. If it ain't there, then I ain't going any farther. You know what I'm trying to say? It just is what it is. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's wild. It's wild in these streets. Unfortunately, cost of food is just stupid. So hopefully that comes down to too much stuff going on. Wow. Well, thank you so much, Kayla, for the voicemails. Jay already told y'all people how you can leave a voicemail for us. You know, that is what it is. See here. And I'm trying to think. So let's see here. There was a question that I sent you. Yes. Oh, wait. No, we talked about the food. We didn't talk about the holiday.
Oh, the holiday.
Yeah. What day do you think you would make a holiday?
I would have to make a day, a national get out the house and do something day, not drive your car day. You know,
Yeah.
Get out the house, go meet your neighbor day, because there's so many people around here, hell, around the America that don't even know like their next door neighbor. You know,
that's true.
That
is true.
Like I remember looking at these old movies, like let's just say The Sandlot, for instance. There's 4th of July, all the neighbors come out and they have this big old like just kind of like a block party, but it's just food. All the neighbors bring something, kind of like a big old potluck, just outside. You know, so it'll be a great way to meet your neighbors, great way to interact and not be on social media or the idiot box all day. You know, that's what I would do. Yeah,
man, that's a good one. And it's funny you said The Sandlot. Apparently, portions of The Sandlot were filmed here in Utah. Did you know that?
Really? I did not know.
I just found that out. I think on Father's Day, because I was wearing a Sandlot T-shirt, and somebody was like, "Yeah, you know, part of that was filmed here in Utah." And they like told me about it, and I was like, "What?" I think it's like, you know, the neighborhood scenes, like all that was like filmed. I was like,
"Oh, that's cool,
bro." What? Or maybe the back. I mean, I think like the bulk of it was filmed here. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like an all-time great movie.
Yeah. And then, you know, you remember that movie Footloose from back in the day. That was also filmed here. And it's funny because where it was filmed at is not too far south of where I live, right? And I looked and I was like, hold on a second. You know, this was filmed in Lehigh, which is a little town that's, I don't know, like, you know, 10 minutes, 8 minutes south of where I live, whatever you want to call it. But if you look at the movie Footloose, you know, you just see like a couple of little houses here and there, a lot of farmland, and you see the mountains in the distance. Now you look at that and it's full of homes, and there's like tech companies that are moving in, and, you know, and all kinds of stuff. So it's interesting. So, but yeah, and just like you said, a lot of those neighbors don't know each other. I mean, shoot, there's a new neighbor that moved in 2 doors down from us a few months ago. I think when it was like still winter. So we didn't meet them yet. But I really need to go over there and say hi to them, just because, you know, just to be nice. But it's like 2 doors down. I don't know why. And we live in like a small little, like, you know, like little area, so it's not like there's not a reason that I shouldn't go and meet them, you know.
You never know who's moving in, son. You never know who's gonna move in. Could be some crazies.
Could be some crazy. Could be a long lost cousin.
Maybe.
You know, you never know. You never know who it could be.
Maybe. Wow.
Yes, indeed. So, oh man, if I had a holiday that was like a national holiday. Wow. I like the way that I like the one that you had, like don't drive your car day or whatever, or go and meet your neighbor's day. If I had a national holiday, what would it be? Dang. See, some stuff that I'm thinking of, well, I don't know. It might go in line with what you're talking about, but
so good.
I don't know. It'd probably be similar to what you're talking about. Either meet your neighbors, hanging out with your family, and not going out and doing anything. I don't know. I don't think I have any like ratchet thing that could be a holiday. It would just have to be something, family oriented probably. So It is what it is. Yeah. So thank you for that. And if anybody out there has an answer to that, I would love to hear it because I don't, other than what I just said. But there's a question that I sent you earlier this week.
Yes.
And I was thinking about it. And so I looked, I don't know, I was listening to some podcast and they were talking about some old game that they wanted to go back and play because they loved it so much. And I was thinking video games. What if there's a video game that was remastered to sort of match up with, the current technology, and you loved it so much, maybe you beat it back in the day, or you beat it multiple times because you just love playing it. Excuse me. Or maybe you didn't beat it, but you just loved it so much that you wanted, that it always made you come back. What game would that be if they remastered it that you want to bring that you want to go back and play today?
The first game that came to mind was Ninja Gaiden.
That's a classic.
I know. Well, did they redo it for Xbox like early 2000, the first Xbox? I'm trying to remember.
I think they did. Yeah, they did a couple.
They
more
tried
Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, but I just love that original the original 3. I think it was. Yeah, the original 3 for the NES. I would love to see that in today's world. But then I think they already have was it like Ghost of Tsushima? What is that new game called?
I don't know.
Ghost of Tsushima. That's what it's called. And it kind of, some of it kind of sort of reminds me of Ninja Gaiden, but it's only for PlayStation. Yeah, so I would think that would be close to Ninja Gaiden. But I hadn't played it. I just seen it. But I would love a Ninja Gaiden remake, or Master Blaster, or was it Blaster Master? Blaster Master.
Blaster Master. Yep.
That would kind of be cool, I guess.
Yeah. That's on my list. Cool. It's funny that you say Blaster Master because that was one of the first 3 original Nintendo games that I got when we got our Nintendo when I was a kid. And one of the other ones was Gauntlet, and then the third one was Kung Fu.
Gauntlet. Yeah.
So I'd love to play all 3 of those. But Blaster Master, I think I got the ROM emulator for it for my Raspberry Pi, and I still suck at that game. I'm so mad. I swear I don't think I've ever got past level 4. But the reason why is this, man. I think those old video games. The thing that I just never liked, there's only a couple of games that I could get over this, but the thing I never liked was the fact that the music just stayed the same and it was repetitive. It didn't really change unless you got to the boss level. Or unless you changed unless you beat that level and got to the next level. The only one that really didn't do that much was Mario. Mario pretty much the soundtrack, stayed the same, and I never hated that on Mario, but for Blaster Master, man, once you get to the second level, and the third level, the song just gets it just gets cringy, man. And I don't know, man. It would always be so off-putting. On top of the fact that I wasn't good enough to actually beat the game. That would definitely be a game. So those are some good choices.
You remember Bonk's Adventures from TurboGrafx?
That big head kid?
Yeah, big head key.
Yeah, I remember that.
I would kind of love it because it's goofy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not super realistic, but what if you made it to be, you know, in today's game engines and stuff like that, remade it, remastered it? That would be a pretty fun game.
That would be good.
You know?
That would be good. I mean, if there's certain games that probably would do really, really well if, you know, if they put them on to the either the current systems that we have right now, or if they put them on that VR Oculus, you know, whatever. I think that would be pretty good.
Oh God, I wouldn't be able to imagine Bonk's adventures on the Oculus. Somebody would knock themselves out or kill themselves trying
100%.
to smash their head against something to break it.
100%. Yeah. I don't know, man. That would be a good game. A couple other games I thought of. Oh yeah, and I love Ninja Gaiden too. And could you imagine Ninja Gaiden in on one of those VR sets? You walking around, you know, like acting like you cutting stuff with your sword and flipping and stuff. Nah, we've all seen some stuff at this point where people run into the wall and they try to do, you know, whatever, because the game is just so immersive. But one game that I used to love that you had, and I don't believe I ever had it, but it's for Super Nintendo, called Battletoads. You remember that?
Oh yeah, love that. Played that a few weeks ago on the Switch. You know,
did you? Okay.
Yeah,
it's on the Switch.
Well, you know, they have the Super Nintendo emulator on the Switch that you could download for free, and Battletoads is one of the games. Yeah, so that was cool.
Nice. Yeah, I think that would have been fun. That'd be fun to bring back. The original Matrix video game for the Xbox One, for the Xbox original. When I first got my Xbox, I bought the Matrix with it because that's when like not the first Matrix. I think like Matrix Revolutions and stuff like that came out. You know, like 2 and 3, whatever it was. So I remember buying that and I beat it the first day and I was like, I love this game so much. And I beat it that first day and I ended up bringing it back to GameStop and exchanging it for like Madden or something like that. I don't know. But I loved it. I thought it was a good game, but I would love to go back to that. Splinter Cell was also one of them. I know they brought back Halo, and it's just not the same as it was back when we first played it. But I love that game too. Trying to think of another one. I don't know. There's a ton of games like that. If they cleaned them up and really, you know, truly updated them to today, but they had the same feel, you know, as they had back then. There's several of them I think that would do really, really well like that. So yeah. And the crazy thing is a lot of those games they do have available like on a Game Pass situation, or you know, or Nintendo has their shop, and I'm sure PlayStation has their shop too, where you can go in and find those games. Have you ever heard of cloud gaming?
It sounds familiar, but I can't say for sure.
Isn't cloud gaming where you basically are connecting? I think it's like you're connecting, you know, a controller and a headset to your TV, and you can download games. So like you can play, you know, all the like a lot of the popular games, like, you know, Fortnite and Hitman and all these other ones. But basically, you're downloading it from like Xbox, or you're downloading from PlayStation, or Steam, or
Interesting,
or Stadia, or like the iCloud, whatever it is, and you know, you could use the mouse and a keypad, or you can use an actual controller and play these games, and it's just like a different version of it's like a different version of playing video games. But I don't think you have to own a system. I think you just, like, if it's like Xbox or PlayStation, I think you just have to like sign up for one of their memberships or something like that to be, if you don't have one of their systems. It's interesting.
River City Ransom.
Ooh,
that's the game that needs to get redone, re-updated. It looked, I mean, it was cool. It was a classic game. Never could get the little save point, that 30-digit save point code that you had to put in. Never did get that right. But
Why was the code so long? That's what I wanted to know.
I don't know. I never knew why that code was so long, man. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I think that would be a great game to bring back and do. I actually thought I heard them talking about making that into a movie. It could probably. I think it's already been done. I don't know if it'll work. You can't really. It'd be kind of ridiculous for characters in a movie to be going into different shops and reading books to up their skill level.
Yeah. So that's interesting. Wow, River City Ransom, man. That makes me think of Contra. I don't know. I mean, I know it's not the same game, but it makes me think of Contra.
That's a good one. That's a great one.
It makes me think of let's see here, of that original Ninja Turtles that we beat. Also of the Simpsons arcade game. It makes me think of those games. I don't know why. Dang. Oh man, there's another game. Oh god, I gotta find it. I gotta find it now. I can't remember, but I only used to play this in the arcade. Let's see here.
There is a River City Ransom remake on Steam. I just looked that up.
So I think Steam is one of those you could play. You could download that on your computer and play it.
Yeah,
$20,
$19.
Yeah, because you download Steam, I think, for free, and then all the games are you do free games or paid games.
Okay.
So yeah, you could download that and play it off your computer if you have a good
never knew.
My computer's slow though, so I put PUBG on it and it's like molasses. Let's see here. But cloud gaming, sometimes called gaming on demand or gaming as a service, is a type of online games that run video games on remote servers and streams them directly to your device. Or more colloquially, playing a game remotely from a cloud. It contrasts the traditional meaning of gaming, wherein a game runs locally on a user's video game console, personal computer, or mobile device. So basically, you're streaming it straight up. So it's sort of, we sort of been doing cloud gaming for a while. If you think about the fact that you've been playing these apps that are video games, even though you download the app onto your phone, a lot of those you can only play. You could play it when you have an internet connection or something like that.
Yeah.
So let's see here. I'm trying to find. Let me see. What is the name of this game that I remember playing, and I cannot, for the life of me right now, remember what it was. It was like a fighting game, and it was. Is it this?
Final Fight. Streets of Rage.
It's not that. That's not it. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Let me look at the images to make sure that I'm right. Area 51. Do you remember that?
Sounds familiar, but I couldn't tell you.
Area 51. I don't know. It is what it sounds like. It sounds like you were, you went to a, you're in a video game that
first person shooter.
Area 51?
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one of those first person shooters, yeah. And you had like real faces of people, and they had like these zombies, or these alien zombies or whatever that popped up out of all over the place. And they would have like a little red beacon or something like that would pop up when they were shooting. And so you'd have to like kill them. But then they also had, these like toxic waste barrels that you had to shoot, and you could, explode them. So Area 51. I don't know why. I just used to love that game so much.
There's
a lot of games like that.
It looked like it would be a good arcade game.
Yeah, it was. It was back in the day. I don't know, man. There's so many. There's so many games like that probably. I mean, there's a lot of games that were just like that were like, you got like the little light gun or whatever, and you had to shoot the screen. That one, Virtua Cop. Obviously Duck Hunt. There was a ton of those games like that were great. So, yes. I don't know. Lots of good ones. Terminator 2. That would be good. They brought that one back. Man, I don't know. Anyway,
great stuff.
Silent Scope. Do you remember that?
I do not. I remember Go-Go 13. Go-Go 13 was great.
Man, I remember you had that game. I don't know, man. Honestly, I used to hate that game because I just never understood it. I just couldn't, like, for some reason it always seemed like the game was too smart for me to play. I don't know why. But what was it about? Tell me what it was about.
Go-Go 13, of course, was based on the anime manga series. Mm-hmm. And they just brought, so it's kind of, I want to say it was like really similar to like one of those 007 games. So it's like a spy type game, you know, kind of like or Hitman type game, something like that. Mm-hmm. So that's what I could remember. I have to go back and look at it, look through it again, but I don't think I beat the game. Did I beat the game? I don't think I beat the game. My brother may have, because he loved playing it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, see, it's just a very old title.
Mm-hmm. I remember you telling me that it was like, it like had to do with like a Japanese cartoon or something like that, or like I think you might have said anime to me back in the day when I first remember you introducing it to me, and I was like, I didn't even know what that was. I was like, what is that? What is an anime? I never understood it. I saw the game. I played that game. I couldn't even get out the first level. Like, I swear, I'd be on there for like 3 minutes and die every time. And I was like, how do I keep dying to the same person every time in this spot? So that was a good one. Oh,
used to.
Okay. Couple of good ones. Excite Bike. We need to bring that.
Great. Very great.
Remaster that. And then also Burger Time. Do you remember Burger Time?
I remember Burger Time.
Where you basically had to walk across burger parts and like make a burger at the bottom.
Let's just bring back Paperboy while we're at it.
Paperboy. Paperboy 1 and Paperboy 2, boy. Both of those were greatness. Paperboy 2 was also one of those. It was one of like the first few games I got on the Super NES. I loved it, man. I loved it. I could still play that game right now. I think I also picked it up on emulator. And you know, got several levels in. I was like, man, I'm so much better now than I was when I was a kid, and I still never beat it, but still, I love it. So, yes, Paperboy. So, anyway, lots of good games, man. That was good.
Yeah, that's great times. Great.
Too many, and there's so many more we probably could think of. So, whatevs. All right. Well, what else we got? I know that Beyonce and Drake released some new music. I listened to a little bit of the Drake stuff. I haven't listened to much of the Beyonce stuff.
Didn't listen to Beyonce. Drake was like an instant for me, because it just was, to me, it was not good.
It's not hype music.
No,
it's more like house music.
Let's see. What did I recently? I recently got some stuff off of iTunes. So, of course, past few months, when was that? Kendrick Lamar released the album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Pretty good. I mean, it was cool. It was all right. Found an album that was released last year that I didn't even know released, called Doc D Planetary Destruction. Reminded me of Deltron 3030. I don't know if you heard that album, but it's like futuristic type album, and this was done by Logic. I guess he did like a Doc D alter ego, you know. So did that. Then Logic also released last Friday, his album Vinyl Days, which had like 30 tracks on it. It was pretty good hip hop esque album. Very, very boom bap-ish, if you want to call it that.
Boom bap, yeah.
And then, of course, a couple days ago, Lupe Fiasco released his Drill Music in Zion, which is probably, like, for me, the best album this year so far. You know, 10 tracks of greatness. So, you know, it's, as far as Beyonce, I've never been a Beyonce fan. Sorry, peoples out there. Sorry, Beehive. Don't cancel us. It's just my opinions. And Drake,
you can add us if you want. That's fine.
Drake was always like a hit and miss, you know, with me. Some songs were like, oh, this is pretty dope. And then while others were just like, he was on his whole songy stuff on this last one. This dance hall type. I don't know not dance hall, but house music type vibe with this one. I don't know what Drake was doing or what he was thinking. This was like a surprise album. It's like, hey, I'm coming out with an album next Friday.
Yeah, it's interesting because he apparently, he came out with this. He came out with this song. Beyonce came out with the song, and it's like they say it's like house music, which I think does well, like in the Northeast, Maryland, the DMV
Chicago,
area, and up in Chicago, all that stuff. And so, it's probably not going to resonate with us if we are looking for a certain type of Drake. You know what I'm trying to say?
I really don't be looking for Drake, but
you be looking for it. I know you out there in these streets always checking.
I don't be looking for Drake. I was surprised that Eminem and Snoop Dogg made a song together.
I saw that.
I forgot what it's called. And of course, they're utilizing their freshly bought NFT Bored Ape characters that they have. So they could do whatever they want with those characters.
Yeah, I know where it came from though. Or I remember the name of the song though.
Yeah, the song was
it's from the D to the LBC.
There you go. That's the name of it, from the D to the LBC. So I mean, it was just Did
you listen to it? Yeah,
I listened to it a couple of times just to see if it was anything that would like stick with me, but wasn't really. I mean, I'd rather Eminem's verse than Snoop's verse. It just felt like Snoop being Snoop with his voice. It just doesn't feel, to me, it doesn't feel right when he tries to go a little fast and speedy, with his lyrics.
Yeah.
Eminem's was, he's tolerable in the lane that he was doing on this song. Like when he's being funny and rapping and saying stuff like that. But when he's being serious, it's just cringeworthy to me. But other than that, it was just an okay song. It was cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, I do know that our very own friend Sir Jon Lee is coming up with a song called "Don't Look Up" on the 29th. So that's 3 days away.
3 days from now.
Nice. I have it
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, I have it pre-saved, whatever you want to call it. Pre-ordered. Yeah. So when it drops at midnight, it's gonna show up on my phone. So I'm excited to hear that. He told me he sent a message and said that they recorded the video for it, and it's gonna be something different than anything he's ever done before. It's gonna be dope, man. So congratulations to him. I know that we'll definitely, I'll definitely, stream what I'm able to stream on our post that or whatever on our page, on our Instagram page. Man, big props to him. That's gonna be dope. I don't know. I listened to a couple of the Drake songs and it's funny because right after it came out, I heard he had a new song out. So I was like, you know what? I need to do a reel for, the Hooks Rub page. And I was like, you know what? Why not put one of his songs? Because I know it's going to be one of the more popular trending songs right now. So I had some, and I think it was him. I think it's him and who else is on the song? 21 Savage is like the second half, but I didn't get to that part because mine was only like about 8 seconds long. But it talks about him cooking. So it just sort of worked perfectly with what we were doing.
Right.
But I watched the video. So I watched, when Drake releases new music, he'll put up all the songs on YouTube on his Vivo channel. Right. So I watched the opening video, and I can't remember the name of the album right now, but I think the video had the same title. And it starts out with him like at a wedding, like him getting married to like 20 women or something, or 30 women. Wow. And aren't they all pregnant? I can't remember now. But he get married to like all these women at one wedding. And so they over and over again have a ceremony with all these different women. And at some point in time, and basically it's like a 9-minute video of the wedding, the wedding reception, and the beat changes like 3 or 4 times throughout the course of the song, and the video. And I think the beat changes are actually songs that are later on in the track list, right? They're like verses from songs later in the track list. But at some point in time, they like introduce all of his brides, and it puts all their IG handles up there, so it's like all IG models. So I think it's him like poking fun at whatever that perception of him is, like hooking up with IG models or whatever. And the first girl that the first girl in the video that he like marries or whatever in the video, I think it's a girl that sort of looks like his baby mama. So so it's just funny, man. I don't like all of his music, but I do think that he is a very creative. He's very creative and clever when it comes to certain things regarding his videos and stuff like that. So so yeah, man, I just thought it was funny to watch that. So if you have a chance to check that out, I think it's
What's
funny.
the name of the song?
Let me see. What's it called? It's like they call Falling Back. Honestly, never mind. So honestly, never mind. Let me see.
That's the name. Oh, Falling Back. Honestly, never mind is the album title.
The album, but Falling Back is the first. Yeah, that's the video. Okay. So look at Drake Falling Back extended version, and him with like 20 different brides. So and the funniest, the funny and most ironic thing about that is Drake. You could see him like getting ready to walk in and walk down the like in his hotel room. He's getting dressed. And he has Tristan Thompson being his hype man, who's like his best man or something like that. And Tristan Thompson, who we already know, has all this, is like multiple baby daddy with one of the Kardashians and then other random women outside of, the Chloe that he's with. And I'm just like, of all the dudes, you might as well have got Nick Cannon. I'm trying to say, being like multiple baby daddies. Even though I don't know.
I'm watching it right now.
It's just funny, man. It's funny as it goes through. So
I guess I'm gonna have to listen to what the song says. Why he wants to marry 20 different women.
Yeah, I don't even know if the song talks to that. I think it just more talks to. I don't know. I can't remember now. But he has the. It should have the lyrics on there, for you to read as it goes through. So
yeah, I'm reading.
It's just funny. Anyway. Well, as you watch that, oh yeah, look, and what I just said, the first comment, Drake marrying 30 girls and Tristan being his best man is hilarious. There you go. Somebody made that comment. So yeah, man. Yeah, overall.
It's a nice looking cake. I wonder if that was real.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was. So yeah, so good stuff, man. Good stuff all around. But I think that might be it, unless you got something else.
I ain't got nothing, man.
Yeah, okay.
Trying to see if I can get through this day without feel my throat getting a little itchy. So we gonna see what that's about.
Slam a bunch of vitamins. But you know what? So this was the thing I heard this week that you could get at Starbucks. There's a drink that they call the medicine ball. And apparently it's like, some tea, it's like steamed lemonade or something like that. There's like several things in it. And apparently when people get sick, sometimes people get sick and they'll go to Starbucks and get it. And it helps sort of knock out, whatever you have, or helps knock it out faster. So head over to Starbucks and get you a medicine ball. And apparently it's one of those like off the menu drinks, but if you tell them what it is, then they know what it is. And they'll make it
like,
for you.
Can I get a medicine ball? And be like,
pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see here. Starbucks medicine ball. Look at that. Yeah, it's a tea. Oh, and there's even a recipe. How to order medicine ball at Starbucks. There you go. Steamed lemonade, hot water, jade citrus mint green tea, peach tranquility tea, and honey. But yeah, you slam that, and supposedly it helps you, helps you feel better sooner than later.
Yeah, so let's hope so.
Go to Starbucks, ask for the medicine ball, ride your horse on up there.
Yes, will
yes,
do.
Indeed.
All right.
Yes, indeed.
All right, folks. Another episode 223. Twitter, Instagram, #Blackout Pod. Check us out on your favorite podcast listening app or service or whatever.
Yes.
Whatever you like to listen to podcasts on. Email us anything you want to email us. #blackoutpod@gmail.com. Hit us up with a little voicemail 3853-BLAKPC or 385-325-2572. Definitely hit up the hooksrub.com. Get yourself some hooks, get yourself some recipes. So you could just have a grand old time with some food. Yeah. And is that it? That's it. I think that's it.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah. If you're in or near Brigham City, Utah, which I know none of those people listen to our show probably, but if you're in or near Brigham City, Utah, on July 4th, you better come on down to the Brigham City 4th of July Festival. You can get some delicious food from me, not from the other barbecue joint, and from the Empanada joint because, they're really nice people. I talk to them on the phone. But yeah, come on down, enjoy some food. Enjoy some swimming and fireworks or something like that. I don't know what else they got going on. Pickleball, whatever. Anyway, that's all I got. And y'all stay safe.
Stay safe.
Take care.
Take care of yourself. All that good stuff.
And on that
Don't
note,
trust these hoes out there.
No, because they ain't loyal. They really ain't.
All right.
All right. Blacking out. Peace.
Blacking out, people.